Hey friend, today is Costco shopping trip day. I'm going to bring you along. Matt and I are going with the kids on a Saturday, which will be interesting, but hopefully I can get some good footage for you. I'm upstairs right now, but I wanted to show you a little bit of a bird's eye view of the garden. Look at how lush everything is. I like taking a peek out the window up here every once in a while, just observing. The birds are out this morning. Everything looks so colorful and inviting, but to Costco we must go. Hey, are we ready to go to Costco?
Yeah!
Are you ready, Grant?
Yeah!
We're just at Daddy's work. He had to drop something off, and then we're gonna hit the road. What did you? Get that out of there! Are you ready to go to Costco?
Yeah!
Very.
So as you might be able to tell from Matt's response there, he doesn't love going to the city. Costco, of course, is in the city. He tries to avoid it as much as possible. Costco trips are about it for us. So if you've been following along with my channel for some time, you know that we eat clean. Not too many processed foods. I try to make most everything from scratch. We do grow a lot of our own food and eat organic if possible. So I'm someone who looks at ingredient lists throughout the store. I pretty much avoid all the processed food aisles and stick to my list.
I'm gonna get some more ice pops again.
You ready?
Mom, do you want to get ice pops?
You want ice pops?
Yeah, because I really love the passion fruit ones.
Got it. Costco is definitely worth it if you stick to a list, you go on a full stomach, put on blinders sometimes, and avoid all of the fun seasonal things. We go straight for the food, and like I said, we avoid most of the processed food aisles. They do have a really great selection of nuts and seeds here, a lot of organic options. Sometimes I'll get organic pumpkin seeds. We like them on salads. I tried getting these for my kids once, but the texture wasn't it for them. They're a little bit on the chunky side. They're not like pureed fruit. It's just chopped up all together, so we won't be getting those again. But I thought they had good flavor. This is a better, cleaner option for a snack. Pretty decent ingredients, at least all organic. Way better option than the alternatives at the store. So every once in a while, we'll grab one of these. My kids do, however, love these fruit bars. They're a little bit on the pricey side, but honestly worth it for how good they are and good for you. They have really clean ingredients, and my kids will devour them. These yogis here are really yummy. My kids like them. Pretty clean ingredients, a great alternative to things like Gushers or like the Mott's Fruits gummies, so we'll pick some of those up sometimes. These Unreal bars are a really healthy sweet option if you just have a sweet tooth and every once in a while have a craving. They're a great option rather than most other candies. Now, I don't want to sound like we don't ever indulge in anything. We do sometimes. We just don't make them big parts of our diet, and they're never something we regularly put in our home. We were looking at some beef jerky options, but holy cow, these things are expensive for just such a little amount of food. These caught my attention. I saw organic and I saw coconut. I love anything coconut, and these ingredients were pretty clean, so I did grab one of these to try just for a fun snack. I'm always drawn to the clothing section at Costco. They always seem to have really good deals and some really cute items. I love this little top here for girls, but they were much smaller than what Eleanor wears, so I had to pass on that. They had these skirts. I love the idea of skirts for little girls. Eleanor is rough and tumble. We usually put shorts on underneath all of her skirts and dresses anyways, so I was considering getting some of these. Pretty decent price. Have a whole bunch of like Carter's things as well at a really good price. I was looking for some more play clothes for Grant. He goes through them pretty fast. I was able to find a few things. They had some cute tops and pants that matched for about $15 each. This next item was just me dreaming and being silly. I loved this couch. It was so comfortable. The fabric seemed really durable, not easily stained or frayed. I didn't think the price was too bad either. Let me know if any of you have ever purchased anything by Thomasville, or if you have this specific couch. Give me some reviews. I am definitely interested. Of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't stop to look at the plants. Nothing really tickled my fancy. There was just some overflow hanging baskets, some tropicals, some indoor plants, but nothing that called my name. This was something I was very interested in purchasing. They were really good deals, $16 for these huge planters. We have a project we're going to be working on soon in the backyard, so we might go back and get these, but we just weren't going to have room for these in the trunk that day. From my last Costco shopping trip, if you remember, we purchased one of these solar lanterns, which we really like. So we picked up another one. This one's actually for a friend. Super handy. These pita breads, they caught my eye. However, I did not get them because the ingredient list was just not it for me. So I think here in the near future, we're going to do some homemade pita bread in another video. I have a recipe I've been wanting to make, but I need some pita bread. So we always stock up on some sort of tortilla chips to eat with my home canned salsa from the garden. So we usually buy the Siete brand. They didn't have them this time. They did have the Late July. We don't like them as much, so I just went with the Kirkland brand of their organic corn tortilla chips. I have to put blinders on. We all do, especially with the kids in the bakery section. These butter croissants actually were not that bad ingredient-wise. Pretty decent option. I don't always have time to be making croissants, especially not this time of year. So it's nice to know I have the option to purchase some here that are at least going to be pretty decent. We got there pretty early in the morning, so they were fresh baking everything. The bakery smelled incredible. Again, blinders were put on. These things here were selling like hotcakes. They had blueberry lemon loaves and some butter pound cake loaves. They did look pretty good, but didn't love those ingredient lists. These are a really great option for a beef stick. The one reason we didn't get them is because they have to be refrigerated. Matt wanted to find some sort of protein source that he could just throw in a backpack, take along with him somewhere, so these weren't going to work for that. But really clean ingredients, a little bit pricey, but that's usually how it goes with those things. Great option here for some Italian salami. We like these on our snack plates. No nitrates or nitrites, clean ingredients, so these are usually something we always pick up at Costco. They have a lot of great clean chicken sausages, breakfast sausages here. I will sometimes buy these almond flour tortillas by Siete. Really good option. I have been finding I'm not tolerating anything with almonds or nuts or seeds in general, so I did not get some this time. Great option here for anybody who does not want to make their own sauerkraut but wants a good for your gut probiotic. There was some of this wild brine organic sauerkraut available at a decent price. Grant went running as soon as he saw his most favorite thing from Costco. I think this is the reason he wants to come here. These all fruit push pops. They're DB's Organics. Great. Sometimes we'll also get these Outshine popsicles. There's no dye in them. Pretty clean. We just like the push pops better. I always look through the chicken nugget aisle, try and find the cleanest option possible within budget. And I did the same for hot dogs today. I think my favorite thing to purchase at Costco is butter. It's just so affordable, and I can get grass-fed butter here within budget. I'm able to stock up on it. I like to keep it in my freezer, do a lot of baking, and Matt always makes fun of me for how much I love butter. The Kirkland brand is honestly just as good as the Kerrygold. Love my organic rolled oats. They're sprouted and glyphosate free. I always pick these up at Costco. They have good prices on organic maple syrup. Didn't need any today. They also have good prices on some raw honey. You can also find some things like coconut sugar here, raw organic cane sugar. I just didn't need any of those things today, and sometimes I can find them cheaper at my local Amish stores. They do have a great selection of bulk spices and seasoning blends. I do purchase a lot of these things from the Amish stores, cheaper, but they do seem to carry some more specialty spices that I can't always find other places, so I will pick some up on occasion. My favorite organic all-purpose flour here by Kirkland, best price around. I've shopped all over the place. They even beat out the Amish stores. They do have a good price on organic, unrefined, cold-pressed, raw coconut oil. Really good stuff. I use this in cooking and baking. I also use it for beauty products. They have good prices on oil. I will buy organic oil here. I just was stocked up on it. I didn't need to purchase any today. We do enjoy this Lotus Organic brown rice ramen. I don't know if anybody else grew up eating ramen, but I did, and I honestly loved it. However, knowing what I know now, I don't eat it anymore, but I do like to use that and then make up my own seasoning blend to go along with it. Costco has a great selection of dried fruits, a lot of different things like persimmons. They also have mangoes, which are one of our favorites. Pretty decent prices. They usually have some good organic options as well. Their dried blueberries are good too. I said we eat a lot of snack plates, so those will go on it sometimes. Before I started freeze drying my tomatoes for tomato powder, which I then make into tomato paste, I would purchase these bulk packs of the organic tomato paste from Costco. I've never made my own tomato paste and then canned it. I just don't think it's worth the time and energy to use so many tomatoes for such a small end result. So that's something I did purchase from time to time. All right, we made it out. Car is loaded up. We're gonna head home and I'll show you what I got. Okay, my friend, we are finally home and unloaded, so now I can show you what I got. There's some things that need to go into the fridge or the freezer, so we're gonna start with those things first. And I'm sorry, we put everything on the dining room table and the light exposure here isn't the greatest, so I apologize for how bright some areas might seem. But I'm just gonna start with a few of these things here so I can get them into the freezer. I'll bring them over closer. So, this time of year, if you follow along with my channel, you know I do a lot of things from scratch. I am very passionate about clean eating, eating organically, eating with the season, but there are certain times of the year where I can't stress myself out over every little thing. I cannot do it all, and sometimes I just need convenience and easy. So you'll see some of that reflected in what we purchased right now, because we're in garden season. I'm preserving a lot. I'm in the kitchen all of the time, and sometimes I just need a quick snack or a quick lunch or a quick dinner for my family. So I grabbed some of these Purdue panko breaded chicken nuggets for my children. I try, and when I'm buying these more convenience type foods, to purchase the ones that are the cleanest. I can't always find perfect, and sometimes I can't afford to purchase the best option. It just doesn't make sense. So I try and find the cleanest option within budget. So I grabbed these, not the best, but these aren't like a huge part of my kids' diet either. This is just for when I'm crunched for time, some chicken nuggets. So those need to go into the freezer. And then I grabbed these two, the Kirkland brand chicken breast chunks. They're really quite yummy. And these are actually much cleaner than the Purdue ones, but my kids are picky. They don't like these. These have a bit of a peppery spice to them, and that's a no-no for them. So I got these. These things will honestly last us like 6 to 8 weeks because, like I said, it's not a big part of our diet. It's just for when I need something easy. Okay, some more cold stuff. So let's do this one. This is another convenience buy. The Kirkland 5-cheese tortellini. Not terrible, honestly, in their ingredients. It does say natural flavors, which I personally think there's nothing natural about natural flavors. But they're fairly clean, and they're a quick, easy meal. Just throw some of my homemade pesto or homemade tomato sauce on it, put some chicken breast or some ground beef or pork with it, and we've got a really quick meal for those long summer days. So I grabbed these. 2-pack, I think is like, is it $7.99, $8.99, which really isn't that bad, and they're fairly big packs. Some uncured salami. When I go through their like specialty meat aisle, I'm looking out for one thing in specific: no nitrates or nitrites. When I consume them, they give me a terrible, terrible migraine. So I always look for something that doesn't contain those. All the ingredients is pork, and then less than 2% of Swiss chard powder, black pepper, white pepper, lactic acid, starter culture, and garlic. So it's pretty clean. And then we do a lot of snack plates, especially in the summer. So some meat with some cheese, fruit and veg. Awesome. This here is honestly just something for my kids. I was looking for a better hot dog option there. These don't have any nitrates or nitrites. It's USDA prime beef. Let's see. Not preserved. Does that mean there's no preservatives? It's just celery powder, paprika. It does say sodium phosphate. So there's that, but fairly clean compared to most of them. Almost every single one has corn syrup in it. Ew. And a bunch of other things along with nitrates and nitrites. So this is for my kids when we do cookouts. Sometimes we'll have a bonfire going during the summer, so I wanted a cleaner option for them. Baby Bell mini cheeses. My kids love these. They're somewhat addicted to them. Way cheaper to buy them at Costco than I've seen at Walmart or some of my local stores. I think, is it like an 8 or a 12 pack? Maybe it's a 10, I think it's 10 count. They're $7.99 at my local store for 10. This is 36, and I believe it's somewhere around $13, so definitely a better deal at Costco. Another type of cheese. This is for Matt. He is a cheese fanatic. He would eat cheese with every meal or sometimes make cheese with a meal. I don't buy a whole lot of cheese from Costco. I think their prices are pretty good. If you're gonna like freeze something and grate it. But I can find a lot of specialty type cheeses at some of the local Amish stores I go to because they'll buy it in bulk or discounted from like another retailer. So I don't purchase a ton of cheese when I go to Costco, but Matt saw this and raised an eyebrow and I think I want to try that. So it's just the Kirkland brand. It's the Coastal Rugged Mature English cheese. Just a couple more cold items. I grabbed these avocado mash cups for myself. I like avocados with my breakfast. I'll make some like gluten-free toast, have it on there, or I will do it on top of my eggs and potatoes with tacos, some other things in there if I do any bowl type meals. I like this option because I find when I'm buying whole avocados, it's super hit or miss on whether they're going to be good when you cut them open. You think they are, and then you open them up and they're disgusting, or they turn within a day. And I just find I waste a lot more when I buy them that way. These are organic. It's just organic avocados, lemon juice, salt, and pepper. Nice little single serving, so you're not, I never eat a whole avocado in one setting, and then I know you can eat it when it's brown, but it doesn't look very appealing when it's brown. So these just made sense for me. Okay, I think the last cold thing here is my prized butter. We love butter. We go through so much butter. I do a lot of baking. I mean, this is what I cook with as well. I make all of our like eggs and stuff in butter. A lot of recipes call for butter, so I always stock up on it. I got 5 of these 2-pound packages. This Kirkland brand, I've compared it now to the Kerrygold for the last 8 months, and I would say you can't really tell a difference. And this same size box of Kerrygold I think is $4 or $5 more expensive than this. This is $10 for 2 pounds, still grass-fed, beautiful yellow butter, good for you. So I grabbed 5 of these. Random purchase of the day. I usually don't buy any fruits or veggies there unless I see something on like a crazy good deal, because I can just get it so much cheaper here from our local farmers market, and I'd rather support local if I can. We were out of bananas, and our farmers market is only open once a week, and we didn't get to go this past week. So Grant loves his bananas. Sometimes he eats 2 a day. So I just grabbed some organic while we were there. Totally random buy, something I don't typically purchase, but Matt was along and he saw them and he's like, ooh, those look really good. And this is not something I'm going to be making on my own right now. I do not have the time to make croissants. It's pretty labor intensive. And it's supposed to be super hot this week, and when it is, Matt just likes some refreshing cold cut type sandwiches when he comes home for lunch. So he requested these, so we got a 12 count package of croissants from the bakery. Honestly, the ingredient list isn't terrible. It's mainly flour. It is enriched flour, which I don't love. There's natural flavoring in it. There is yeast, sugar, eggs, non-fat dry milk, whole milk powder, with added vitamin A and D, which I don't love, wheat gluten, salt, ascorbic acid, and enzymes. So, yeah, not terrible. And, you know, it's fine. I can't make them right now. I'm not gonna stress over buying some bakery items from Costco. This is something I really don't like buying. But I don't have time to make my own tortillas right now. I will make tortillas in bulk in the winter, but right now I can't get around to it. These are not the cleanest, but for how often any of us actually eat them, it's not a huge deal. I price compared these with a few of the other cleaner brands there, and it's just, the price difference is just so severe that I can't bring myself to spend twice as much money for like a quarter of the amount you get in here. So it is what it is. I don't stress myself out over things like this. Like I said, it's really a small part of our diet, and I'm not gonna stress myself out over that and trying to make everything from scratch. You just do what you can do. Snack type item for the kiddos. These are Nature's Garden Yogis. They're okay. There's no corn syrup. It's mainly just fruit. There is some non-fat dry milk and the yogurt coating, but they do have a whole bunch of probiotics in them, so definitely a cleaner option for a snack like this. These pure organic fruit bars are a really great option. A bit pricier. I think these are close to $14 or $15 for 28 of them. And they're pretty small, so I have to ration these with the kids. They would eat a whole box right away if I let them. But it's really just all fruit puree, some citric acid, and that's really it. So a good healthy option for a quick snack. Now, my kids don't eat a ton of those snacks. Those are just kind of fun things to have, or things for when we're on the go. We like to walk trails and do a little bit of hiking. We like to take kids different places, and we live honestly in the sticks in the middle of nowhere, so the drives are always pretty long. So it's nice to throw those things into the diaper bag sometimes, or just for a fun treat when they want something. But we do mostly fresh fruit and veggies in season for their snacks, or, you know, I do a lot of baking, so they have those things too. This is something Matt requested. He wanted to try these. Not honestly the greenest, but you know, it is what it is. He wanted something quick, a protein source, you know, whenever he needs one. So we tried these. I might try a better alternative. It's just, gosh, these things are so expensive. I'm just gonna get him, I think, to hunt this year for a deer and make my own venison jerky. Again, we're just out of that. And it was either this option, and I think there were 2 other ones, but the other 2 options were twice as much money for like 12 ounces of beef. That's insane to me. But he wanted to try it, so we're trying it. These 2 items here are snacks for Mom. Every once in a while, I just have a sweet craving. I was looking for a cleaner option. These are dark chocolate coconut mini bars. I love chocolate and I love coconut, and all good ingredients: organic coconut, organic cassava syrup, dark chocolate. That is it. So that's awesome. Grabbed those for me, and I grabbed these, again, coconut. I love coconut. Crispy coconut rolls. Organic. What was in these? Where are you? Organic coconut milk, organic tapioca flour, organic cane sugar, organic coconut sugar, organic egg, and some sesame seeds. So I'll let you know how I like these too. I'm sure all of my regular viewers here are probably like, why are you eating those things? You're supposed to be carnivore. I have switched from carnivore to more eating keto, but not super restrictive. I have just learned so much about what my body tolerates well and can absorb well, and actually is healing to my body. So I'm eating little things in moderation. Those things will last me a long time, because it's just every once in a while I'll just have like a sweet craving and I wanted a cleaner option. But for the most part, like, carnivore has just totally changed my thinking when it comes to how I eat. I will always eat protein heavy. I do really well with super high protein and higher fat. I keep my carbs pretty much to a minimum, except for some fruit and some root veggies. But just happy to report I feel so good. Everything I've been doing over the last year, and the herbalist I've been working with, and the supplements I've been taking, I have seen so much healing, more healing than I've ever seen on this 6-year journey of being chronically ill. I feel like my old self again, and I am able to actually even tolerate gluten. I can eat gluten in moderation without having a terrible response to it, which is amazing. So there's definitely so much healing going on. I feel more like myself. I have so much more energy. So I am going to do a video about that in more detail here soon. I know I've been saying that for a while now, forgive me. It's just time is hard to come by. So if you're wondering, why am I eating some of these things? I'm feeling so much better. Something else that might surprise you that I purchased. Like I always say, everything in moderation, and I will just try and find the cleanest option. These are just snacks for every once in a while. I also take these in sometimes to church. I usually provide the snack for children's church. I usually bake things for that, but sometimes when I am rushed, I'll take in something like this with some cheese and like grapes or something for the kids to enjoy. So these are definitely a cleaner option. At least all of the ingredients are organic, of these Kirkland animal crackers. It is popsicle season here. My kids will have a popsicle a day. This is a really good option. These are literally just juices. They're liquid, they come liquid, they're not frozen. So it's just fruit juice, like push pops. So we got these, powdered sugar. This is not something I buy a whole lot. Sometimes I will just make my own. But again, it's just a convenience item, and I don't always have the time when I'm making my own to blend it for as long as it needs to get it like this consistency. Sometimes it ends up kind of gritty, and I don't love that for like when I'm making icing for cakes or cookies. So I do keep some powdered sugar on hand for recipes like that. Okay, we're getting down to the last few things. I picked up another 2-pack of their organic all-purpose flour. I love this stuff. I love baking with it, and the price cannot be beat even at the Amish stores. And I think the only thing comparable at the Amish stores is just stuff that says non-GMO. It's not organic. So picked up 2 of those. I picked up 2 more bags of the sprouted rolled oats. I wasn't going to because I kind of wanted the quick oats, but then I thought to myself, why don't I just run these through a higher setting on my grain mill and just, you know, break them up a little bit. The kids don't always love in certain recipes like my granola bars just how crunchy and chewy these are, so I'm thinking if I grind them up into smaller pieces, they'll be fine. So we got 2 of these. They're glyphosate-free, gluten-free, sprouted, so better for you. That's something I love that Costco has. And then we got some chips. I usually grab the Siete chips. I didn't have them today. That's 2 things I have problems with Costco. They don't always keep everything there. They don't keep everything stocked. So when you go, you don't always know if you're going to find something. And then the rest of the time, maybe it's there, but they're moving things around constantly. Every time you go, you have to relearn the store. I don't always know where something is going to be, and sometimes I miss it, but sometimes I really just don't have everything. So those are my 2 issues with Costco. So I grabbed these Kirkland organic corn tortilla chips. It's just organic corn, organic vegetable oil, and sea salt, so definitely a better option. I always see these funny memes going around, or like reels on Instagram about, you know, you've reached a certain age of, you know, like adulthood when you are drawn to the clothing section at Costco, and I am always drawn to it, like, oh, what do they have? Do they have good deals? And I could spend a lot of time in there. So Mr. Grant goes through clothes like nobody's business. He is just a rough and tumble boy, always into things, rolling around in the grass, jumping in mud. His clothes are constantly getting caught on things, and they're either stained or there's holes. So I just got him some more running around play clothes. These were a really good buy, 15 bucks for a 4-pack of each, and he loves his dinosaurs. He's my dino boy. So I just got him some of those. And then the last thing we got, I always leave the most exciting thing for last, some paper towels. These will last us like 2 months, 3 months, honestly. We still have some left from the last trip, and I think I still have 2 big things of toilet paper left from 1 or 2 trips ago. So I didn't need any of that today. Some other things we like to get from Costco, maple syrup, honey, and what else do I get? Olive oil sometimes. I'm just stocked up on all of those things, so I didn't need to purchase any more this time. And I'll purchase some like kitchen items like saran wrap and parchment paper. I'm stocked on all of those things. This is the majority of what we get there, and sometimes we are drawn in by their specialty items. There's a couple things here today that I don't typically buy, like some of those treats for myself, and Matt doesn't usually get the jerky. Okay, friend, that wraps up this Costco shopping trip and grocery haul. Hope you enjoyed coming along with our little family today. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Otherwise, I would love to just hear from you. Anytime you interact with my videos through the comments or giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with people you know, really helps out the channel and my family. It tells the algorithm, hey, people are liking this, and then it pushes it out to more people. The algorithm, sorry, there's flies. The algorithm, honestly, some days I don't know what's up. with it, I have a really hard time figuring it out, but I know it's definitely helpful for all of you to engage with my videos. We really appreciate it. It helps our family out. So thank you for taking some time out of your day to spend with us. I hope you enjoyed. You have a blessed week, and I'll see you next time.